It is almost June. It is still playoff season last I checked, thanks to the rain. And that means we are bringing the best and brightest onto our show, including Sports Director Trayvon Miles, Jonah Restuccio, and a short distance away, Drew Williams.
That's exactly right. Welcome into the only live and local half-hour show directed and dedicated strictly to sports here on the Eastern Shore.
Ryan, that kind of made me sad. This is kind of our last full-blown high
really
school-based show as Delaware, Maryland already wrapped up at Delaware, getting to that finish line.
Well, yeah, and as you're talking about Delaware, they've already crowned a few champions, but baseball yet to be decided because as we saw, making 3-hour trek and getting one inning, it's just the way it goes sometimes.
Exactly, but we'll start on Tuesday. We're going to get to what happened later this week. We'll start on Tuesday. Defending state champion Cape looking for revenge on Dover, who, if you remember, beat the Vikings on that home run late in the regular season. So the Vikings would actually get on the board first in this game after they warmed up. Of course, Robert Baxley
got to get a good stretch
in with a shot to the gap in left center. That's going to score a pair of runs. Cape looking good out of the gate against the Henlopen North champions. But Dover would get back a run of their own. Runners on the corner. Cape with the double play attempt here, but Alec Rodriguez going to beat out the throw to first. That's going to go down as a fielder's choice, scoring Nathan Turner.
So fast forward a couple innings, Cape would add an insurance run. Pickoff attempt gets away from first, which allows Luke Smaller to come on in to score from third. Cape up 3-1, headed to the seventh. And in that seventh, Senators with one on, tying run at the plate. And it took Parker Brown a while to get their double pitch at bat, but he gets Mike Carrington swinging. So the Vikings are moving on over Dover 3-1 to another state semis.
Oh, I mean, came in. We knew it was going to be a dogfight. Last year we had a huge one with them in the semifinals. So this year we knew they, when we came up here, they were ready to battle. Our guys came in with a good approach. Mason came on the mound and was just ready to throw. He was ready to get after it today, and he did a great job for 6 innings. Battled in the 6th inning there. He had the bases loaded and was able to work out of a jam. So I mean, he showed a lot of heart and grit today.
So Cape moved on to play top-seeded Apple yesterday. Mason Keene on the mound for the Jaguars. Going to start this game with a strikeout. Now after a Cape walk, 2 outs, 1 man on. Mason Fluharty going to drive one deep to left center. That's exactly right. Out for a 2-run home run. Cape taking a 2-0 lead. A lightning delay called as soon as Fluharty touched the plate. He yelled something over there to the Apple dugout as well, but the rain would come and the storms would too.
Daniel Johnson.
Unbelievably, the game would be called. These teams would finish this game tonight. This began at 7 with the Vikings leading 2-0 in the top of the first inning.
And Cape, they couldn't hold on to that early lead, falling to Appo 4-3. So the defending state champs out in the semis. No Henlopen Conference teams will be vying for the Delaware baseball title this year, as Caravel and Salesianum will play in the next semifinal. Winner, of course, gets Appo in the state finals.
Yeah, so we saw they got the 2-0 lead there in the first. And
didn't work out.
Couldn't hold on to it. With Cape going down, as Jonas said, the defending champs are out, and all Henlopen Conference teams eliminated from the baseball postseason, which obviously we don't like.
Yeah, and a couple of us in the sports office yesterday talked about that delay could have done possibly more harm than it did good for Cape. Changed the momentum totally. You can't control Mother Nature, of course, but you just kind of wonder what would have happened if that game continued with Cape coming out with a 2-0 lead and you saw Fluharty pumped up and yelling and just all of the momentum.
But even with this loss, you have to take some pride. Cape, the 12 seed, they did lose to Appo 17-4 over a month ago. So they come into this, they give them a real test. And I think, someone who's very proud of his Cape Henlopen teams is Drew Williams, a proud alum. And he is standing by. Drew, I hear you got another Cape team to talk about as well.
A lot of success this playoff season, I think, for the Vikings. So I'll see your Vikings, and Jonah, I'll raise you some more Vikings. The boys lacrosse team has been on a mission this season. They've been rolling their way throughout the playoffs, but in the semifinals, Archmere going to do everything they can to sink the powerhouse from Lewis. Cape coming into this game, outscoring their opponents with a 47 scoring margin, just 3 games so far this season. Auks took an early 1-0 lead, but the Vikings are going to even things up. James Hyde beats his defender and fires a bullet past the keeper for the equalizer. Next Cape possession, Gabe Best takes control and fires from the hip to the back of the net. Vikings lead 3-2 after just 1 quarter of play. But we would fast forward to quarter number 2. Cape extending that lead. Jack Dennis on the breakaway with a lightning strike 20 yards out, making it a 2-goal lead. But not to be outdone, Mother Nature would have some lightning of her own. A weather delay would be called after an hour and 35-minute delay. The game back in. Ox would come out firing. Mitch Moyer puts on the spin move, nets one. Cape lead cut to just 1, but the Vikings go on a 3-goal run to end the half, capped off by this Andre Curry goal as time expires. Cape up 4 at the break. Now second half, Cape just pouring it on at this point. Greg Boyce from behind the cage. Turnaround shot as Cape goes on to win it 16-8 over Archmere. Vikings advance to the title game. And, well, for the team they're going to face, we'll have to wait because the weather playing around with that one as well. Weather delay kind of moving things around, and along with graduations, pushed semifinal number 2 between Cesar Rodney and Salesianum from Wednesday towards Sunday. That game's going to be at Caryville Academy at 2 p.m. Winner will get Cape in the state championship game. CR looking to play spoiler as the Sows have won 4 straight boys lacrosse championships. The last team to beat them in the championship, the Vikings. So either way, we've got a great matchup on our hand coming up in the finals. Now, Delaware Division II soccer semifinals with 4-seed Indian River and the number 1 seed Caryville. The beautiful game, guys. Bucks undefeated and I are on the defensive from the get-go. Hannah Bird was tested early and often, but she comes up with a big stop for the Indians. Caryville would eventually find some offense, get in the back of the net. Caitlin St. Ledger finds an open Olivia Sapo 5 yards out. And then Indian River would have a few scoring chances of their own in the first half, but Sydney Hell was a brick wall behind, standing on her head, punches away the free kick, and then maybe the play of the night of that night, a ball bending away, makes a diving save to keep IR off the board. And then Caryville doing what they've done all season. They're going to tack another one on just before the end of the half off the corner. Casapo dishing out the assist off the head of Teresa Hunt. Bucks dominate Indian River for a 4-0 win. And one night after Indian River fell in the Division II girls soccer semis, Cesar Rodney falls with a big 6-0 loss to the Division I semi to Padua. Riders finished the season with an overall record of 14-4. Congrats to the ladies on a great season. Guys, we'll send it back to you over the desk to wrap us up with some more Delaware playoffs.
Yeah, and always love when Drew Williams gets up here and talks about the beautiful game. I don't know if he knows about my affinity for it, but I enjoy it. We can just watch those highlights. Probably like the 5th or 6th time I think that I've watched it.
You can't get enough.
I enjoy it every time. Good goaltending there in that game.
Yes, absolutely.
And by the way, no reason to be ashamed of losing 6-0 to Padua. That's a powerhouse.
Absolutely not. And last week I teased that we could get a champion in every sport in the DIAA out of the Henlopen. Obviously, that is far out of the window. I did say that.
Forgot about that.
Especially with Cape baseball going down. That is, I know they lost to Apo really bad a month ago, but for some reason, along with that start, I thought they would get the job done today.
Now we still have a chance in lacrosse. Cape and, as Drew said, Salesianum. Cesar Rodney still alive. That's a rematch of last year's title game. So CR hoping for some revenge there as well. We'll see if we can get some more Henlopen love in the championship.
That's exactly right. We're going to cross our fingers. That's going to do it for the playoffs in Delaware. When we return, some news from all over the Bayside and the Henlopen, handing out some hardware. We'll let you know who won what when we return.
My name is Kayla Boers, and I play softball at Sussex Tech, and you're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.